in the long and storied history of OTB AM, we've obviously been at our very best when Eoin Sheahan has been out there on the road. People will be familiar with his now infamous video from Mayo, the county board meeting, where he was the only journalist standing outside. That was the birth of the purple snacks fetish, I think it's fair to say. And then, of course, his months and months in Japan with the food reviews, putting the South African coach to the sword about the drugs issue in the sport and all the rest of the stuff, particularly including his post-match box pops. But it actually all started a year ago this week with his very best work. And to be honest, it wasn't actually his own work. In this, our very first ever oral history of a major sports event, I'm delighted to welcome the legend that is Brent Ramadan, who made the whole thing possible on a TV station in Tennessee last year. Brent, you are one of the most important people in the history of this show. Can you tell us what you remember from a year ago and that fateful night when the draft coverage was happening?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if he was on assignment or on vacation, but I might have gotten him in trouble if he was on assignment. I was out at about 4 a.m. in the morning, and Broadway, that's where we have all our bars. That's where the draft was, as you all know, and it was a crowded street. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people, but it had cleared out because basically it was 4 in the morning. Everybody knows to go home, but I see these two guys walking down the street, and my producers are in my ear. I'm going live on the news, and they're telling me, we need some interviews, try to find somebody to talk about the draft. So I walked up to these two gentlemen, both very friendly, but I couldn't tell if they might have had too much to drink or if they were trying to talk with an accent, pretending like they were Ireland. Sure enough, they actually were from Ireland. So
Brent, I'm just going to jump in, man, because I want to let everybody know that Eoin Sheahan has no idea this is about to happen, and I'm just about to admit him to the call. We've set him up here. He doesn't know we're doing this, so you can welcome Eoin to the call right now. Give him maybe 10 seconds to log in here. Let's see what happens.
Like I said, he might not recognize me. It was early morning, and his beard's gone, so.
Yeah, well,
hey, how you doing?
Do you recognize this guy?
I grew my beard out to look like you a little bit.
We're bringing you back to Nashville,
Owen. Very similar.
Oh, how's it going?
Do you know who this guy is?
Oh, Brett Ramadan, what's the crack? What is the crack? What is it? 1 year on?
Exactly.
This time last year, we were talking about 4 a.m. in the morning. It was quite a time. You're a Nashville legend now.
Oh my God. Fuck. How are you getting on?
I'm good, man. No draft this year, so I'm not going to meet any interesting characters walking down the road at 4 in the morning. But other than that, I've been enjoying your watching your stuff on Twitter and seeing the reviews. I think you were reviewing some chocolate last time, but I think they need to send you on assignment to more drafts as they are.
I agree.
They come up. I think that was a golden interview for me. You definitely made my morning and the rest of Nashville, I think, as well.
What actually happened?
So basically, you and one of your buddies were walking down, and one of them kept on talking about getting an Uber ride, but you were adamant on talking to us, and you were telling us how the draft had been in New York for millions of years, I think it was.
It's true.
And they finally changed it up to Nashville, and I think you had a blast. You were, I guess in Ireland, you guys are used to drinking, whiskey, bourbon, that kind of stuff, and I think you had quite a few beers down here on Broadway, maybe even did some country singing.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure were we drinking at all actually that night.
Owen,
Late walk.
Owen, can you tell us what you remember? Because I got word that there was a quiz recently. Everyone's doing these Zoom quizzes, and the quote was put up, and you didn't even get the quote right.
No, we did a quiz last week, and there was around specifically on that thing just to get. It was to fill in the blanks of that exact monologue, and I think I got 7 out of 9. There was 9 potential blanks, so I didn't get it correctly. But the main thing I remember is just kind of waking up the next day and the notification you get where it's like 50 something from Twitter alone. And that was fairly terrifying. And I just don't know really. It was I like, even with time difference, it doesn't make sense. Oh no, sorry, it makes perfect sense. What am I talking about? It makes perfect sense because when we were waking up, which was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that was 7 p.m. in Ireland. So, God, I don't know. One guy discovered it. There was one off the ball viewer who somehow he must have been living in Tennessee, and he must have followed you or must have followed the station. And if it wasn't for that one whistleblower, I would have got away with it. Would have been home and dry.
Who was with you?
It was my friend Jason. He's actually moved to the United States of America now. He bought the entire company, basically, I think is what the phrase is. He lives in New York. He's actually home during the COVID crisis. Oh, there he is.
we had to cut his part out just to make it terrible on TV. But there's the Uber guy.
So weird. What
hey,
the
Jason.
hell is this?
How you doing, man?
Is this a dream or what's the story like? Is this?
We just wanted to have you relive the Broadway experience, as we call it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
Jason, welcome to Off the Ball. Again, 1 year on, you're welcome.
Cheers. Thanks, lads. Good to be here. What's the story?
Where's your Uber?
I don't know.
Lads, will we just, for old time's sake, will we relive the moment?
Yeah.
Relive it all you want. I won't be able to do a rendition of it. It was kind of a one-hit wonder on my end, I think.
It's the perfect place for a draft. 150,000 people here tonight. 150,000 people. What an amazing town. The perfect environment for a draft. It was in New York for 2 million years? And now they finally came to Nashville.
That's our Uber right there. Would you like to see him stay here?
Yes, of course. This place is the perfect place for the NFL draft. Every pick got a cheer except for Roger Goodell.
And that was just a portion of it. The raw interview was golden. I wish my photographer was rolling on the whole thing.
Just so you know, Brett, we haven't seen each other in a year. I have worn the same T-shirt for the exact every single day for one entire year. I haven't changed that. Just so you know, I only own one T-shirt, and it is this one.
No one would have noticed.
No one would have noticed.
Well played.
Who was with you? Because obviously, I'm finding myself hilarious in that video, and I'm kind of like the Roger Goodell line. I kind of look at the camera person, I think it's fair to say, and like obviously, I'm killing it out there with my hilarity. So, and I'm the number one believer in myself at that moment. Who's the other person that I'm trying to impress?
I believe that was Armando Morales, or I can't remember who I was with. I was down there for a month straight, so I can't remember who I was. It wasn't from going out on Broadway like you guys, but I believe that was Armando Morales, my photographer.
Right. Well, I will say Jason had a far better recollection of the entire thing. When I was like the next day, I was like, God, seemed to have a lot of Twitter notifications. And he was like, oh yeah, do you remember the television crew? I was like, what?
Well, yeah, you told me you were on the news, so as from one professional to the other,
what did he say? What did he say?
He said he was a broadcaster in Ireland, so I cut the very best part, the most appropriate. If we would have released the whole thing, I don't know what would have happened. It might have gone viral worldwide.
I'm going to get on to you for that footage.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm kind of a big deal. That's normally his line, Brent. That's normally what he says. You know, the people of Kerry think I'm a big deal, and some people in Dublin and Mayo too.
Yeah,
he gave me his autograph too. I have it somewhere. Maybe.
Jason.
Yes, Jason. Tell us. What do you remember?
Tell us about the Uber.
Uber. It was very nice. 7-seater. There's only 2 of us, so plenty of leg room. But my recollection was that I didn't agree to do the interview. It was kind of Owen was like nearly ran towards the guy like and the cameraman. You know? I was sort of like, like we should probably get into the Uber. I was like, no, come on, let's go. Like, let's do it. So
you were certainly looking out for your friend, but yeah, he was certainly adamant about going on. I even gave him the benefit of the doubt and told him we didn't have to do it.
Yeah,
but I'm glad he did.
No, we had to do it all right. 100%. It was that was I don't know. That was my Garden of Eden, and you and your camera crew was the forbidden fruit, and I certainly sunk my teeth into the forbidden fruit. That's for sure.
That's true. You know, I now look forward to every video that comes up on Twitter. Your reviews, or as mentioned, the I guess you were at a meeting somewhere and you were the only person there and weren't allowed in. And I guess the most recent one was
Mayo.
Call it, but the penguin chocolates or.
Are you familiar with penguin bars?
No, I've never seen them.
Well, Brent, we're going to send it over to a few packets of them over to your radio station, to your television station, and we can get them reviewed. Is Jaffa Cakes a thing?
I have not heard of them.
Okay, well, we need to give you an education on Irish confectionery. We need to actually take the NFL draft. It was supposed to be Vegas this weekend, right? And then I don't know where it was supposed to be next year. Like, we need to pencil in Dublin if you've got any high up names in the NFL to actually take it international. If London gets the games, we should be able to get the draft.
I'm sold. Maybe we can swap roles there. I'll bring my good buddy from Tennessee, and we'll see what happens.
Listen, interviewing drunk fans is the most pleasant experience in the world. God, it's really a calling. It's a really fantastic thing to do.
Eoin, this sparked your career, man.
Yes.
You traveled the world off the back of Brent's interview.
I did. I went all the way back to Dublin straight away afterwards, and that was that. I to be honest with you, Brent, I thought I was finished. But not to be. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking this time. I'm still in a little bit of shock here. I don't really know what to say. It's actually kind of even more jarring having Jason here as it is Brent. Just feels like a very odd dream or something. So great to see you as well, Jason.
You sure you didn't go out last night and this is a dream?
Possibly. Who am I to say? Who am I to say? Really, I'm 90% sure this is real life.
Jason, how did you handle the fame? We know that Eoin went from strength to strength off the back of the video. How did you get on?
Not too bad. I had a few job offers from Uber, but they weren't lucrative enough, unfortunately. But life went on as normal, except whenever we go out in Killarney together, someone will kind of see Eoin and they'll recognise him, and then they'll go, "Oh, the Uber guy as well." So that's happened a few times, but life's pretty much been as normal as per usual.
This has been great. You've all been great sports. Brent, you've been great. Thanks very much. Jason, welcome home for the time that you're home. And Eoin, it's great that we've managed to recreate the sense of weirdness that you felt that morning that you woke up exactly 1 year to the day.
This is weird. This is strange. Thank you, I guess. Thank you, Brent. I don't know when I'll see you again. Hopefully soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. I keep up those reviews. I enjoy them. More Jaffa Cakes.
Thank you. For you, Brent.
We're going to get to our coverage of the actual draft with Cian Fatty next.